Today I would like to talk about 5 precepts in Pali language, the language which Buddha used 2600 years ago. Call it as Pancha Sila. Pancha Sila. Pancha means 5. Sila is the Sila has different means like morality or precepts. The Pancha Sila means, in simple language, 5 precepts. So those 5, I wouldn't say rules, but some, the discipline codes for Buddhists to develop the morality, the moral life. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya, 3 things. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila means the morality, the Buddhist life based on morality, moral life. Then you build your life using that foundation. So any Buddhist in Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, any Theravada Buddhist countries would observe 5 precepts first thing in the morning. We were taught to observe 5 precepts at the age of 3 or 4. That's how we started this practice. So for us, like when maybe at the age of 3 or 4, the first Pali word we would say, Gacchami. Now I can see when the local people, when they are interested in Buddhism, when they come to the Vihara, they also try to learn Pali. So sometimes the first line is quite difficult, but I can see properly Gacchami, Gacchami, that one. So that means it's commonly used. Gacchami means like I go for refuge in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. We call it triple gem. Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. For Buddhist people, we pay our homage to Buddha, we respect. But it's not in fear, with fear. It's how we pay our respect. And also, then we make a determination to ourselves to follow his path. So that's what means Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhamman Saranang Gacchami means I would like to follow the doctrine of Buddha, the teaching of Buddha, what he taught us to overcome the suffering. And also, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, we follow the holy order of the monks, who has been attained the supreme bliss of nirvana, or who has overcome the suffering. So we follow them as well. So we pay our respect Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. At the end of the meditation session, you would see that I or the other monks, we come and bow 3 times. So that means when I'm bowing, what I would think, I pay my respect to Buddha and I admire his qualities, and I'm making a determination to myself to follow his path. Then Dhamma, the teaching of Buddha. When I bow the second time, I pay my respect to the teaching of Buddha in my mind. Then I make a determination to follow that Dhamma, to take that the teaching into my life. Then the third time when I do it, that means I'm paying my homage to the Sangha, the holy order of the monks, the Buddha's close disciples, and the other enlightened monks who has gone through this, the path, and following the teaching of Buddha, they have overcome the suffering. So then I pay my respect to them. So then we observe the 5 precepts, like the Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. That means I undertake the precept not to kill or harm any kind of beings. In other words, loving kindness, metta, compassion, is not only killing, abstraining from killing and also harming other beings. So that's the first principle, that's the first discipline for Buddhism. We observe it from at the age of 3, 4, 5. And then the second one is Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. That means I do not take anything which is not given. In other words, stealing, protecting others' properties. I don't abuse them, I don't misuse them, and also I don't take them without any permission. Because then we respect others' properties, others' valuable things. Then the third one is Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. The word Kamesu has different meanings. In Kama means we call it Kama Sampat. Kama Sampat means worldly things and the pleasurable things. Everything that you can get some kind of enjoyment. So that's called Kama, Kama Vastu. Anything, it may be the plasma television or whatever, the thing that you make so happy, and the material things is Kama Vastu. So Kama is Michachara means, Michachara, it has again another meaning, that means I don't overuse them and I don't misuse them. And there's another meaning, more commonly translated, is no adultery. That's another meaning. So we can, in a simple language, we can translate it like, I'm training my senses. In other words, I'm training my mind not to be so greedy, not to have anything. Okay, I would like to, maybe someone say, okay, one ice cream, another one, another one. Okay, so that way you want more wantings, more wantings. The third precept is just controlling, or I would say making kind of very strong determination to yourself and making kind of discipline not to have so much of attachment for the worldly things, as well as just having a very simple life and being a trustworthy person. And the fourth one is Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami, which means the keeping the truth. I don't tell lies. I take the precept not to tell lies. The protecting the trust, and also having the nice word to everyone. Although here we call it Musavada, means the lying, we have four things related to the words when it comes to the Noble Eightfold Path, what we call the right speech, like they're not having harsh words, and not lying, and also not criticizing others, and also not having kind of non-productive words. So those four things. Then it includes here. The fifth one is Suramere Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami. That means I do not take any kind of intoxicants. Suramere Majjapama Dattana. That includes the all kind of the liquor or alcohol and the drugs. So those are the basic 5 precepts that a Buddhist would take as a training. So some people think, okay, I observe 5 precepts, that's enough for my whole life. So when somebody wants to become a Buddhist, the first thing they would do is observe 5 precepts. That means from today, what I don't mind whatever happened in the past. From today I have a new life. I have willingness to go on this path, and I'm trying to get this training. I'm training it. Like when you are reciting it, you are not making a promise to the Buddha. You are not giving that promise to the teacher or the monk, and you are not doing it to someone's above. It's just purely for yourself. You are making that while you are reciting it, then you are making decision, no, I'm not going to drink any alcohol. So that's a training. You continue that principle for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, maybe one day you may break it. Then again, you observe it. That's why I call it a training. So people need to go on that path, and when you observe it, and day by day, week by week, month by month, you will achieve it. It's better how, like, if you can't do it, maybe somebody is just, breaking them every day. So when they observe it, maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. So sometimes we observe 8 precepts in here. We don't talk, we observe it, and we do other practices as well. So that time we protect everything. So I think that's the most pure time in your life, 5 hours. See, now this hour, you sat here, you observed it, still you haven't broken one of them. So this is the most pure hour of your life in this week. Friday evening. Okay. So that's the way how I look at it. Some people say, no, when you observe it, more people to Bhante, I would like to become, but I don't think I can, protect the 5 precepts. So I asked, which one is the most difficult one? The last one. Okay. So because part of my culture, we are used to have, the glass of wine, when you are having our, the meal. So then as a Buddhist monk, what I would say, oh, it's okay. And I say that, but I would say, try even to avoid that. It has become habit. So for some people, although you can't protect just one, but you are protecting 4, which is excellent. So that's the one reason, because there's the cleansing. That's the way how we are training our mind to have a, the pure path and also pure mind. So the 5 precepts, that's the meaning why we, the recite 5 precepts before the meditation class. That means you forget, you let go what happened during the week. Okay. Now, from now, where I sit here, just in front of the Buddha, in front of a monk, and having my pure thoughts here, from now after observing, I have very pure, happy mind. So you continue it after the meditation, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe until midnight, maybe next day, during the weekend, maybe until you come to the next Friday. So that's a training. That's a training. So always, as Buddhists, after observing, we feel more relaxed and comfortable. Then people, are pure here. My mind is pure. Then again, you observe it. That's why at the beginning of each function, Buddhists, they observe 5 precepts. It's making a promise to themselves and cleansing themselves, forgetting what happened during the past, not regretting about the past, and living in the present moment with this happy present moment, enjoying it. So that's the meaning of 5 precepts. Okay, now let's practice Metta Bhavana, loving kindness.